It's been 2 years since the last Arkham game and 4 years since the last Rocksteady game. Arkham Knight is supposedly the end to this iteration of the Caped Crusader, and it definitely carries the weight of a saga's final chapter. It's a collection of Rocksteady's greatest ideas from the past 6 years. But is it a good game on its own? Arkham Knight follows Arkham City on the timeline. Under protection from the Scarecrow, big names like Two-Face, Penguin, and Poison Ivy team up to take down Batman and the Gotham PD after the city's population is evacuated. The newest kid in town is the titular Knight, who has a serious beef with Batman. His reveal isn't as big of a deal as it could be, but the story is still full of surprises. New fans can get caught up easily on Batman lore, and old fans will find plenty of tiny details worth hunting for. The streets are once again empty, but there's still a lot happening in Gotham, and your list of activities never runs dry. Objectives will pop up on the map if you discover them, or you can check a wheel of progress that keeps all of your errands organized, including the main storyline. Side activities can be as simple as tracking down and disabling enemy APCs at high speed, or as complex as tag teaming with Catwoman, Nightwing, or Robin, and tackling missions with multiple checkpoints. Sometimes steps are marked clearly on the map, and other times you have to comb the city for clues. Detective mode still enables you to track a map's worth of targets at once, and Batman's digital skills have been upgraded. Tracking a serial killer involves studying the skin, muscles, and skeleton from a chain of victims, and some cases are cracked by picking the right frame at the right time from surveillance footage. The evidence replay tech from Origins makes an appearance as well, but only briefly. The biggest new element, literally, is the Batmobile, which has only been teased in prior Arkham games. Here, the streets are wide open. Anything not nailed down is crushed under the tank's front end, and fleeing criminals bounce off of it with a bolt of electricity. Several objectives require a set of wheels. The Riddler makes you run in sewer circles, certain bombs can only be disarmed with the car's power winch, and Firefly zips around the city while Batman drifts in pursuit. Holding the left trigger switches to battle mode, where you can manage the army of drones the Arkham Knight likes to throw at you. A few clever puzzles also utilize the car's cannon. Thrusting back and forth while launching missile combos might seem unusual for fans of the slower, stealthier pace from Arkham's past, but the Batmobile doesn't feel out of place. Flying around is still the quickest method of travel, the Batmobile is never more than a button click away, and there are actually stealth Batmobile sections that pop up later on in the story.
There's plenty here. Take your pick.
Combat and stealth movement have also shifted forward in momentum. You can fling Batman higher than ever when gliding around. You can chain together grappling points to move up buildings seamlessly. You can perform takedowns immediately upon grappling to a ledge, or grapple directly into a duct, or glide kick straight through a rooftop. One of our favorite new toys is the voice recorder, which can imitate villains and send their security forces wherever you want. Some new enemy types might change the way you look at each fight. Medics will revive fallen fighters and place an electric charge on their buddies that will shock you if you hit them directly. The combat isn't incredibly challenging, and Arkham Knight overall isn't a very difficult game. Some of the drone shootouts can get a little hectic, and you can always replay specific challenges if you want to go for high scores, but you'll typically have more tools at your disposal than you'll need. And that's part of the fun of being Batman. This is the first Arkham game on current-gen consoles, and it certainly dresses the part. The world is filled with gorgeous details, like the sparks that fly off shattered drones, or Batman's rain-soaked cape being pulled and twisted as you navigate the skyline. The appearance of various spots on the map will evolve over time, or change for a chapter or two. The streets are again full of great audio conversations. Some of these remarks hint at prior games or upcoming sequels, and others lead you to mission locations or characters. The most satisfying visuals of Arkham Knight come from the various illusions presented by Scarecrow's fear toxin and Bruce Wayne's imagination. These interactions make up a good portion of the story that we don't want to show or spoil, but if you've appreciated any of Scarecrow's side stories in previous Arkham titles, then you should enjoy the many ways Rocksteady messes with your mind here.
Alpha targets hit a drone!
We can't tell you if Arkham Knight is indeed the end of this Batman's career, but if it is the last time Rocksteady works on the franchise, they've ended their era with a bang. Arkham Knight tells a mature story that cares about its characters. The missions are a little overcommitted to showing how much the Batmobile can do, but it also feels like the car completes Rocksteady's vision of a living, breathing Gotham City. A war zone with lots of problems to solve, and lots of fun ways to solve them.
Your vengeance will come.